You're tuned in to the Derby City Classic. This is day number 9 of 9 days. We started in the 9-ball division with 345 of the world's greatest players. We're down to the final 2 players. The format for the tournament is race to 7 games, single elimination with 1 rebuy per player. Neither one of the gentlemen have a rebuy, so it'll be 1 race for all the marbles. Race to 7 games. Rules of play are the Pro Express version of 9-ball. Scratch and the break is a foul ball in hand anywhere on the table. No ball spot except for the 9. Any ball off the table is a foul ball in hand. 1 push-out is allowed immediately following a legal break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player is loss of game. Jump cues are legal. We break from anywhere behind the head string. In this division, 1 of 3. The total purse is approximately $43,000, $11,000 to the winner. There was a $20,000 bonus for the world all-around champion. Mr. Efren Reyes of the Republic of the Philippines already has that locked up, so we'd like to congratulate him on that. But at this time, we'd like to introduce the 2 players in the finals of the 9-ball division. Our first gentleman is one of the up-and-coming stars in our game, player representative for Durbin Custom Cues. He resides in Rock Island, Illinois. One of the young guns. Please welcome Mr. James Baraks. Thank you, Louisville. Thank you. And his opponent is sponsored on tour by Puyat Sports, player representative for San Miguel Beer and Jack Justice Cases, 2-time World 8-ball champion, former winner of the ESPN Ultimate 9-ball Challenge. 3 times he has won the World All-Around Championships from the Republic of the Philippines, an international superstar known as the Magician. Please welcome back Mr. Efren Reyes. Thank you. Gentlemen, you may lag for the first break. Mr. Reyes wins the lag. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the boys in the booth, the voice of AccuStats, Mr. Bill N. Cardona, and his special guest, Danny DiLiberto. It's all yours, guys.
Billiard Club Network presents from the Executive West Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky, the 7th annual Derby City Classic. This is the finals in the 9-ball division at the Derby City Classic. I'm Bill N. Cardona, along with my good friend and expert analyst, Danny DiLiberto. Danny, I'd like to mention this first, okay? Of all the people and players I've ever worked with, I certainly have enjoyed you probably the most. You're so knowledgeable, articulate, and entertaining. You know, and I'm certainly sure you're very well appreciated by everyone out there as well.
You're not getting my Bud Light.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, thank you for being so generous. Many people ask me all the time who I like doing it with most. And, in fact, they just asked me at Billiard Digest. I just did a segment of question and answer, and they said, who do you like doing it most with? I said, Billy and Cardona. They said, why? I said, because I feel totally comfortable insulting him. It's going to be in the magazine.
Okay, here we go. This is the finals of the 9-ball division.
End ball. No, he missed an end ball. The side ball went, though.
The one in the side went. Okay, that's the ball he was pocketing with some sort of regularity in the semifinals against Mika Immonen. You know, I've been walking around this arena for the past 6 or 7 days, and I couldn't help but notice the fellow out there, Jamie Baraks. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what his name was. I didn't know him at all. But I did see him shooting, on the table. I like the way he shoots. He's solid over the ball. He's really a calm player, and I said, this kid is a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's better than that, and he's holding up real well under the situation. Look at this control. That was great control. Go one rail, don't hit anything, fall on the ball. But you're right. I never heard of him either. Baraks, when I saw him today, I said, what's he doing on the table? This is for the tournament players. He was one of the last 4. And he really is holding up very well. He's not intimidated. I think he talked himself into going all out. He's in a good spot now. Nothing to lose. Just relax and play your best. If he gives you a shot, Efren has been known not to give people any chances.
These 2 players met a little while ago, matter of fact, a little earlier in the tournament. And that match was a very close decision, won by Reyes 7-6, I do believe.
Yeah.
So therefore, Jamie Baraks really isn't the type of a player that's easily intimidated.
No, he's tough. He's tough, but You know, we got the magician at the table, and the way the balls are breaking. I mean, this Baraks may not shoot until he's like 3-4 games behind.
Efren started exactly like this against Immonen in the semifinals. He didn't allow Immonen at the table, probably at rack number 3 or 4. You know, he just took total control of the match. And from the offset of this match, it looks like he's doing the same, pocketing the one on the side and then taking care of business after.
Except for one little difference. He won the leg, he broke, he made a ball, and he's going to run out. But against Mika missed to give him his first opportunity, and then it got, like, out of play.
That's exactly the way it happened. This is game.
Yeah, we're notified of a real interesting factor. Not only wasn't he intimidated by the tournament, the table. A lot of people, when they first get on Akistat's table, you know, it's in the center of the ring, different lighting, heat, all the people watching you. Sometimes they fold. He not only didn't fold, he won 7-0.
James Baraks.
James Baraks won 7-0.
Okay, well, let's see how well he does in this final match under the cameras and lights in Akistats. But first, he has to get a shot.
That's right.
Reyes prepares to open up the balls in rack number 2. Now notice he's been pocketing the one in the side. That's the ball he's been playing because that's where he's getting his production. The one in the side, he plays it, and if he's able to put it down, I look for him to do
the 7
good
has
again.
gone more consistently, but lately it's been missing close, but I don't think that's forever. That's close again. He made the one in the side, though, and he played position on the 2. Look at this.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, when this guy starts breaking the balls and pocketing the one on the side, I don't see how he can be beat. He's probably unbeatable. Because if he doesn't end up with a shot on the next ball, he'll figure out a way to take the advantage back to his seat, to his chair. He's so articulate and what a technician.
That's a great stroke right there. He could have cinched it and been on the rail further away, but he came with a high stroke and he got closer to the 3.
Well, the way the balls are laying, Danny, this is the key shot in this rack right here. Notice all balls are in the open. The 3 to the 4. Now, the 3 is a fairly difficult shot because he's got to hit it with some speed, and there's a green 6 ball in the middle of the table that he may find himself behind if he's not careful.
He's going on the inside
If he's not careful, okay.
Yeah. He made sure that he went on the inside of it and didn't have to deal with it. And now he's got on the rail, but he has no problem getting position. He just has to make the ball, and he's going to the 5.
This is a very difficult shot. He's straight in on the 4, Danny. Very difficult shot. Notice how hard he had to hit it, and he forced the cue ball to his right.
He had a little angle, and in this game, we're dealing with round objects. When you got a little angle, it's enough. It will glance. See how much that glance. And look at this, automatic. He just makes it look so easy, you don't think he's ever going to miss. Maybe he won't.
He'll take the same angle he's left with off the 6 to the 7, cutting the 7 to the left, sending the cue ball to the right, and then toward the 8.
He did a little different, but you know,
he had
all right.
Yeah, he must have had an off angle. I didn't see it.
He did. It wasn't straight in, so he decided. And look, he fell on the ball right, so now he can get close to the 8 with this angle. I mean, look at this. People could watch this and say, well, he's not doing anything. I could make all these shots, but he's putting the cue ball there. Well, it looks like 2-0. Baraks wiping his hands. Maybe he better wait a while. It's optimistic wiping your hands when you're playing Efren.
Well, the unrelenting Reyes once again runs out. Now the score after game number 2, it's 2-0 in favor of Reyes. Yeah, I hate to be Mr. Baraks over there sitting in the chair, you know, just patiently waiting for a shot, facing probably one of the coolest customers you could face in Efren Reyes. And it looks like he's really at the top of his game. I was watching him play all week long. I tell you, I talked with him a little earlier. I said, Efren, you know, I've watched you play now for 20 years, since 1985, since you came into the country. I said, last year you had a subpar year, if you could say that. But it looks like now you're playing even better, maybe as well as you've ever played.
I think he's playing